starting with the last possession. Obviously, you guys flushed the ball out of Kyrie's hands. What did you see from there?
I mean, he got pretty much a line drive pass over to Kleber, but he had started torching us a little bit down the stretch. Thus, our decision to start blitzing him and double teaming him. And we made it difficult. Try to be as active as possible. And, he found an open guy, and we didn't get there fast enough. But AD had a last-minute outstretched contest. But, it's tough. It's like Indiana all over again. But at the end of the day, the NBA players are a highly talented, elite skill level. But that makes it more of an emphasis in why you really have to control what you can control. And I thought we weren't disciplined in certain stages. We fouled, had some really bad fouls, fouling shooters. And also, we did the job we seek out to do every game, and that's win the free throw line. We got 31 attempts, but you got to make more than 19. We make our free throws, we're probably not having this conversation.
Just to follow up real quick, down the stretch offensively, too, you guys had them at 5 and were getting stops. What did you think of the shot quality?
I mean, we whether it's Dennis, Austin, D-Load, they made those shots. You just got to trust your players and trust that they're going to make plays and be aggressive. And sometimes, it's a make-or-miss league. And those same looks, you don't even mention them when they go in. And I've seen those same looks go in. But, I thought maybe the ball could have hopped around a little bit better. I thought we were trying to do the right thing and play the right way. But again, we were aggressive, thus the 31 free throws. But you have to make more than 19, and you can't foul shooters. We had some really bad fouls throughout the game, but again, we can't feel sorry for ourselves, man. As tough as this loss is, we got to pick ourselves up, wipe off the dust, and get ourselves out of the dirt, and refill our cups up, and come out and try to get a win on Sunday.
Darvin, you had some individual efforts from Wenyen or Austin or Dennis when you went to them in the second half, energy-wise. But considering the circumstances, did you feel like it was good enough to start the game or to start the third quarter?
Yeah, we had these segments, man, these lulls that we tend to go through where we're not getting stops, we're not finishing our defensive possessions with rebounds. We turn the ball over in some of those segments. So we just have to buckle down and tighten up, and just not be in such a hurry. I don't think anything is selfishly motivated by what you see on either side of the ball. I just feel like sometimes we get to going fast. We give our guys a lot of freedom. Sometimes they take opportunities that they think are there that are not really there. But that's why you go back and watch film and you try to tighten it up. And, as long as there's time to play, we're going to try to correct our mistakes and sustain any and everything that we're doing well.
What did you like about what Wenyen gave you guys in the fourth quarter?
Just his energy. Him, he has a great nose for the ball. Saw the 11 rebounds. He tries to defend. He tries to protect the rim. It's just a difficult foul call at the end there on the verticality. That's I don't know what else they want these players to do, man, in terms of defending the rim. And it's I don't know, but. He's just a spark plug, another one of our spark plugs. His size, his ability to run up and down the floor, clean up, loose balls and get offensive rebounds, putbacks, really defends well. And, he showed all of that tonight. That's why we stayed with him.
You came in and clearly gave the team a big lift. Darvin left you out there for almost the entire fourth quarter. How did you kind of balance the energy that you were playing with and feeling from the crowd into the final disappointment on a night like this?
Balancing it, I'm not sure how to balance that. It was the last shot of the game. It was devastating for sure. It took the breath out of all of us, and we're still trying to deal with that right now. But obviously, we still have to make this playoff push. We have to. What coach always says, we got to fill our cups back up and go recharge.
Was there anything that you could feel collectively on the court where you felt like the energy of the whole team could have, would have, should have been higher, and it wasn't at various points of the game? And how do you guys kind of factor that in as you get down to these final few games?
Yeah, I mean, I would say there was moments in the first half where, I mean, obviously sometimes we weren't playing that smart, but we was also being outworked to a point where it's like we're in a dire point in our season, like I mentioned, and we need to be playing like every game's a playoff game, and for all 48 minutes. So any lapses, everything matters, and also free throws was a big part of this game as well.
And since you joined this team last year on Christmas, like it's been kind of, it seems like a continuous sort of climb towards like positive momentum and stuff. And you guys have been right on the doorstep of some stuff. How frustrating is it? And I guess how tiring is it to like keep getting close, especially over these last few weeks, and then to kind of get knocked back down the hill a little bit?
I mean, that's part of it. Like you said, even since I came here last year, there's been a lot of ups and downs. But I would still say that the place we're in right now is probably the best place we've been in since I got here last year in terms of spirit. And, we have a good, talented team. We have a real good opportunity here to do what we're trying to do. But we also made the trade late in the deadline, so we have to find that continuity as well with our half-court offense. But, like, when we get stops and we're out on the break, it's all great. The ball flies around. We get great shots. But sometimes the game comes down to the last few minutes where, we have to execute in the half-court. And that's where we've been struggling a little bit lately, and that's something that we say it comes with chemistry as well. But we're gonna have to look at film, man. We're really gonna have to get better from this if we really want to make a run, because we're going to be in this type of situation a lot. Whether it's gonna be close games at the end of the game. That's how you have to win games. Whether it's the end of the season, whether it's the playoffs, or wherever we're in, that's how people are gonna guard you. They're gonna throw different looks at you. We have to make adjustments, and we gotta get better from this. So, I mean, it hurts definitely, but you're gonna have losses like this. So, we've got to build.
Austin, I suppose there are a lot of different places that you could focus on. Some of the early effort and energy, the missed free throws late, some of the lack of execution. What's the thing that kind of you thought was the biggest factor, and how much does that hurt in a situation like this with the standings where they're at in the West?
Every game you lose as a competitor hurts. Obviously, with what it is right now, where we're at, where they're at, us trying to, fight to get in the playoffs, it sucks to say the least. But, 61 from the free throw line, it's not good. If we make 25 of those, it's a little bit less stressful down the stretch. I missed 3, which is inexcusable. So, that's the main thing. And then, like you said, energy-wise, just got to figure out, something to, propel us, up.
Austin, pretty unconventional for you guys line up with Wenyen and AD playing together, and then, you, D'Angelo, and Dennis. What was working about that lineup, and what do you think it did for the blitzes you were putting on Kyrie at the end?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Wenyen did, phenomenal. Being a pest, kind of at the 4 or 5 spot. They do a lot of delay action to get, Kyrie downhill, but he was really handsy, getting deflections, kind of interrupting that, and then on the other end, being a beast on the glass. So that's kind of what, the feel was, for me at least. And I thought he was bringing us a lot of energy, a lot of effort, and, we just stuck with it and, put ourselves in a good position.
Austin, you guys have been pretty successful with this group so far. I mean, there's been tough losses and stuff like that, but nothing quite like this. What was the mood like in the locker room afterwards, and kind of how do you think this group will handle it?
The mood is obviously down. I mean, just because you lose a tough one, and one that we, really wanted, one that we needed. We need them all from here on out. But, we're a group of competitors, so that's obviously why I'd be worried if the mood wasn't like that, just because, if you don't care about losing, games that are really meaningful, then, what's the point of playing? So I thought the mood is exactly what it should have been. And we'll go in tomorrow, watch a lot of film, and learn from our mistakes. I think we've bounced back pretty good with this group after losses. I don't know if we've had back-to-back losses until now, but we got to figure out how to move on and play the next game.
Any more questions for Austin?
Austin, just thinking about that Pelicans game where it seemed like every three-point shooter was on, and then the last two games you guys have just struggled for that same kind of outside shooting. What do you think kind of turns that faucet on and off for you guys in terms of the three-pointers?
I think it's just the nature of the game. You make shots, you miss shots. Obviously, you always want to make shots, but that's not the case. 25%, obviously not good. I think we as a team need to be more, we need to shoot more threes. 20 is, but that's the game today. So I think we need to get a little more up. And, I think we got a lot of guys that can shoot the ball. So it's just going to, once you see one go through the net, you see Bees hit one, it brings energy, and then Troy will hit one, and then it's just a trickle-down effect. And that's where I thought that in New Orleans that, kind of got everybody going early. So, but it's the nature of the game. We want, people to be aggressive shooting the ball, even if you're not shooting it great at the moment. Just keep shooting, and we have confidence in that. Appreciate y'all.
It's just kind of going through your mind right now with this one.
Yeah, it's a tough loss. Exactly what's going on, a tough loss.
When it comes to that final possession defensively as a team, obviously Kyrie requires so much attention. What do you kind of see after that?
7 seconds, he dribbled almost the whole clock out. Me just reading him, knowing that he probably going to take the last shot. He goes into his actual shooting motion and just comes down with it. He doesn't shoot it. So when he goes up, it kind of pulled me in. I was going for the rebound. I think he was shooting it and made a pass to Keebler. Makes a shot.
We know the standard you hold yourself to at the free throw line. Just how do you process missing one in a close situation?
Yeah, tough. Shot a little right. We've been up 3 at that point. Still kind of processing it. They think about it up 3, even if he, makes a 3, overtime. Tough loss.
What about the positioning on the closeout in the previous play? Obviously, Kleber gets to the foul line. How did you see that play kind of develop?
Just tried to contest on the side. I'm smart enough to never really jump, straight in front of people. I think I just jumped so far, and I still probably clipped him a little bit. I haven't looked at it, but I just tried to really jump on the side of him. I actually think he shot it like a little left, honestly, but a couple bad defensive plays by me.
AD, just in general, this team has bounced back pretty well from losses. What do you kind of feel like you'll take out of this one, even though I'm sure it feels pretty tough right now?
Well, we gotta go back and look at the film. Things we can get better at for Sunday, but fought hard to get back into the game. It's a tough one. We, especially when, everyone is losing. Got to be able to win basketball games. Whether it's at the free throw line, myself or, making the right read defensively. But this is a tough one, and we look at it tomorrow and get ready for Sunday. with a must win.
As one of the leaders, will you tell the guys how you guys regroup from this and then move forward to Sunday's game?
What I tell them?
Yeah, what do you tell the guys?
Oh, what did I tell
Yeah,
them?
what will you tell the guys?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I already came in and told them that was, last play was my fault, but like I say, watch the game tonight, watch the film tomorrow, shoot some free throws. And that, there's nothing we can do about it, to be honest. It happened. Our focus is now Sunday, trying to get a win against Orlando, but this one is tough. Just the way it ended, and also I think other teams lost. I think in this game, with a win would have put us in 7. So just tough all across the board.
Last two.
How did you feel coming in having not played the previous game?
Felt great.
Last question.
You guys have had a chance to get to 500 here against the Knicks and didn't win that game. Had a chance to build momentum in Houston, couldn't do that. Is there any building frustration from being in these good opportunities and being kind of right at the doorstep and not being able to, or is it kind of more individual?
Yeah, we're missing our opportunities for sure. Frustrating. We're still in a position to do something special, with the way we started. Just gotta, like I say, talk about this on tomorrow. Figure out we can get better for Sunday, and win the next 4 at home before we go to Chicago.